Hey everybody, Jake here. Welcome back to Movie Smoothie, where today we got a big old Rick and Morty Season 6 update before its premiere tonight at 11:30 Eastern Time over on Adult Swim. Now, if you don't want to pay for cable because that stuff is a ripoff, you can go over to HBO Max or Hulu tomorrow, where apparently it will be there the next day. Now, I do want to just real quick comment on that. I don't know if that's going to be the case for Hulu. I know that was the case for HBO Max with the last season, I believe, but in the past, whenever I've gone the next day for something on Hulu, it's typically not there. I don't know what's up with that, but especially with Rick and Morty, I know we had to wait a long time for season 5 to go on there. I think they just recently added it maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. That's not really recent, but obviously less recent than putting it on there the next day. So my best bet, if you don't want to pay for cable, because like I said, that stuff's a ripoff right there, just go to HBO Max would be my guess. But talking a little bit about some news we've gotten about it before we get into this first episode, which no worries, I will be covering tomorrow at some point. I do want to talk a little bit about the intro that got released yesterday. Obviously, the most recent bit of news, don't worry, we have some other things to go over as well, about maybe Jerry and Morty being dead, and some Dan Harmon quotes about 1,000 episodes of Rick and Morty. Is that even possible? We're going to talk about it. But getting into this intro real quick here, we have a few shots from the intro that could potentially be from upcoming episodes. Now, as you know from the past, some of these shots will be from episodes, and some of them will be just things that they made up for the intro to be fun. And I think it's always fun to kind of speculate like which scenes are going to be in the episodes and which aren't. Wow, that was a burp. You guys got to hear that live. That was awesome. Coffee's really upsetting the old stomach today. But so getting into this, I want to talk a little bit about this. We have Rick and Summer, the very first new shot, flying through the sky, and suddenly they get attacked by a flying squirrel. This absolutely could be in an episode. If the past is telling us anything, it's that maybe we could see, like, what shots with multiple characters typically result in something that could be in the show or not. There's a shot later on with a single character that is definitely not going to be in an episode, but it's so funny and I can't wait to talk about it. Yeah, so this I could definitely see being a part of an episode, because there's they're getting attacked by an enemy or something. This could easily be a part of an episode. There's a shot where we're in foggy London town and we have a Jack the Ripper type killer who clearly just killed somebody. There's a body on the ground and it's covered in blood. Rick and Morty are standing there looking like Sherlock and Watson. I think maybe this is not going to be part of an episode, but it looks really funny and I love it. Then we have this shot of a Rick float that is being carried by Space Beth. We can see Beth down there, Summer, and Morty, who is just not having a good time flying around in the sky. He's a little too short. Maybe he doesn't have enough weight to keep the float down, which is, once again, just very funny. I think we all like seeing Morty in peril, even though, I will say, I do like the shots when him and Rick have a nice little emotional moment together, too. That's always very nice. So this could absolutely be in an episode, considering how many of our lead characters are going to be in here. Also, this shot of Jerry, like, in some kind of crazy spacesuit, attacking what kind of looks like maybe like some kind of like in the background you can see like a fascist Hitler thing or something. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, your people are like, what are you talking about, Jake? No, if you look in the background, there's a flag that looks like a planet with a Hitler stash and and the haircut. I don't really know how else to say that. Yeah, but this actually could be part of an episode, because in the background we can see a mantis-looking alien, which is something we've seen before in the past. I don't know what those that race of aliens is called, but we have seen those before in past episodes. So this could be part of something that we might just don't know about yet. And then my favorite shot of the entire intro is Butter Morty, who falls into a pan of... It's like the worst place for a butter-themed Morty character to be, and he is melting slowly into this pan and probably is going to die. But my god, is it funny, and did I have a good laugh watching this for the first time. It ends the same way with Cthulhu chasing after them right at the end, which is always nice. I like that. I like that that's kind of been a staple since like season 3, I want to say. I don't know, it's just fun. I love the new intro. I can't wait to see what's going to be actually in an episode and what's not. It's going to be cool. But then we have some quotes from Mr. Dan Harmon, talking a little bit about the future of the show after the 70 episode order that came after season 3. Now, Obviously, if the show does go on for 100 seasons, like Dan Harmon is kind of saying here, it will be 1,001 episodes because season 1 has 11 episodes. And that is how insanely anal I'm going to be about this quote. But no, it's really exciting stuff. Obviously, it can't go on for 100 seasons. I don't think Justin Roiland will live that long, unfortunately. No one wants to hear that because he is a treasure to humanity. Some of the stuff I've seen from his new game coming out, High on Life, is making me crack up. The knifey is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. I had tears in my eyes watching clips of that the other day. But Dan Harmon gives a little bit of a quote talking about the future of the series. And he says, as far as the longevity of the show, to me, it just feels infinite. That's kind of the easy part. And I think that might be the cause of some frustration on the fans' part. Because my original commitment to just, I think, a good TV show is one that lasts 1,000 episodes. This is something I've heard Dan Harmon talk about before in the past when he was talking about Community. I think he might have felt that ran a little too long. I know there was a joke with Community where it was like 6 seasons in a movie, but there are some times in like some of the later seasons that just don't feel like good old-fashioned Community. It feels like it kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit, and I'm sure you know about how that went to like the Yahoo streaming service and all that, and how it was just a kind of a disaster. But I still like a lot of Community, actually the majority of it. I still kind of like season 6, I gotta be honest. But regardless, though, I do kind of agree with his comments on Rick and Morty. I think with a show like Community, yes, it's fantastic, it's hilarious, it's an iconic sitcom, maybe one of the best of all time, but it does have a shelf life. There's only so much you can do with characters at a community college. It's just conceptually not as grand as something like Rick and Morty, where you can literally have an episode where they just go to different dimensions and just come up with whatever bullshit that would make sense in this other universe, considering that it's infinite. Whenever you're dealing with themes or concepts like that, it's just, there's so much you can do. You know, there's just way more you can do with this concept than the concept of Community, even though it's kind of tough to say which show I like better because they're both fantastic, and I might even like the characters better on Community, hot take. But I do agree with Dan Harmon here. It makes sense that this could go on for 1,000 episodes. Will it? Probably not, because like I said, I don't think either of the show's creators will live that long, which is truly unfortunate, because I would be down for 1,000 episodes personally. I wish I could live to 100 to see all of them, but I would be down for it. I hope it never gets canceled. This is a great show. It's so much fun, and they're always coming up with good shit. Like even season 4, I've kind of dissed on that a little bit in the past, but I still enjoy it a lot. It's still a really good season. It has some of the best episodes too. I think the Vat of Acid episode is one of my all-time favorites. So I don't know, man. Even on their lower seasons, they always find ways to just reinvent themselves and make something really special out of it. But talking a little bit about our last little bit of info today, there is a brand new poster that was just released of Rick and Morty Season 6. It's not something very widespread either. It was over on the Twitter page for Swimpedia, and it's kind of interesting because it's the entire family, now with the addition of Space Beth, who may or may not be a clone. I guess we still don't really know. And Jerry and Morty kind of look like they're dead here. Maybe like they're ghosts, like portal ghosts. I don't know how else to explain it. They got like this green, they kind of look like the portal fluid or whatever. Maybe they had died or something for that reason and turned into ghosts. I don't think this might be foreshadowing their deaths in this new season, but like if Morty dies, what are they gonna do? I mean, he's one of the central characters of the show. I don't think the show would work without Morty being dead or being a ghost or something. That'd be kind of whack. We've also seen Morty alive throughout most of the season. This is something that they could do in like the last episode, but I doubt it. I doubt Morty will die, although I could see Jerry dying, which is probably upsetting to some who actually really like Jerry. I think he's a super underrated character, even though he is kind of a bitch. Jerry's a great character, though, man. You have to have a character like that in a show that's so chocked full of very confident, prominent characters like this. It's kind of a nice juxtaposition every once in a while, and Jerry has some of my favorite subplots of this entire show. The Whirly Durly episode is just phenomenal. I just love everything about that episode. So hopefully Jerry and Morty do not die, but what do you guys think about all of this new info that we just got recently? Leave me something about it in the comments below, and who's excited for a brand new episode of Rick and fucking Morty tonight? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Holy crap. Leave me your excitement down below. Thank you all for watching again, and peace out.